That is only the most successful 5 records of Glitterbeat on the radio, world music specialized programs all over Europe in the recent year. And now the award goes, of course, to Glitterbeat, and I welcome on stage Peter Weber and Chris Eckman.
Wow. Yeah, it's nice to be back a second year. It's quite humbling, to be honest. I almost was going to give the same speech because what we said last year still remains very true. What you saw in the video is really the most important thing. Awards like this are really about the artists. We are the conduits, we're the people that help put this together, but the artists are the thing that shines. I mean, the records are played because the artists are really wonderful, and their voices are things that we want to hear, and they have an important cultural role, and they have an important musical role. They're also entertaining. I just want to say 2 things in addition to that. The first is, a lot of people approached me during these last days saying, how does a record label even survive in these times? And it's a very good question. It's very, very hard work. It's very economically challenging, as Johannes also pointed out. But one way we do it is through partnerships. And I think that's really the most important thing. Building teams now. I mean, building teams with publicists, with the artists themselves, with booking agents. More and more, it's not going to work for the record label to be the only one that pays for promotion, the only one that is doing a lot of the traditional tasks that record labels have done over the last 50 years of popular music. More and more of these tasks and responsibilities are going to have to be shared, and building really vital teams and really vital partnerships is going to be a big part of that. The second thing I want to say is that we talk very often about music being bored with us, and I do believe that's true, but as we've seen in recent history, especially in Europe at the moment, borders have become very, very real. And this has created a lot of challenges, and I think with this event here in Budapest, it created a lot of self-reflection, self-criticism, and I think that's really good. I think we need more of that in this community. I mean, all vital communities need that. We don't really move forward by self-congratulation. We move forward by reflection. There are some people who didn't come here. I'm glad that all of us did come here because I think it's very important. I had an artist, one of our artists, send me an email a couple months ago. She was asked to play in Israel, and she was wondering whether she should do it. She wanted to do it, the show was booked, but she was getting really a lot of online criticism about going there. And she was being brought by very wonderful people there. And she wrote to me and said, like, what is the label position on this? And I said, well, there is no label position. Of course, the artist must follow their conscience. But I did say, the thing about cultural boycotts is that they tend to be very selective. And I come from a country, America, where, we're in a lot of ways responsible for this refugee crisis that we're experiencing now, the Iraq War and things like that. And nobody ever suggests a boycott of Globalfest, for example. And I think that this kind of, maybe hypocrisy is too heavy of a word, but I think we have to be very careful what we do. I think we do much better when we engage, and I think we do much better when we trust our artists' voices. I mean, at Glitterbeat alone, we have at least 2 artists, as a lot of us do, that are involved in this community, 2 artists that are really, have very distinctive refugee stories. One is Aziza Brahim, and the other is Tammy Crest, who more or less now live in exile in southern Algeria. And their voices and what they have to contribute to this conversation, I think, is very, very vital. So it's all the more reason that we all keep doing this collective work that we do. I want to thank the WOMEX, of course, all of you, all of our wonderful partners, and of course the European broadcasters who played our records and got us on the charts. Thank you so much.
Hello, everybody. I can remember last year when we got our first WOMEX award. I went on stage and I said, I think that WOMEX needs a little bit more punk attitude. But I was not angry enough to take out my axe and destroy something like the table over there. This year, my angriness has grown a little bit because of the situation of the refugees, especially in this country, Hungary. I still don't take my axe, but I want to take this t-shirt, which was handed me over. Refugees, welcome. And I want to say, Chris mentioned our artist, Ramin, which delivered on Thursday night a wonderful show here at WOMEX. She was born in a refugee camp, and after long journeys all over the world, she ended in Europe, Barcelona, and she brought to us this wonderful music, and she is representing for me the refugees which can bring so much enrichment of our culture. And I thank WOMEX for giving us and our artists the chance to give this enrichment of culture. Music doesn't know borders. Music is love.